Sedna, the sea goddess beneath the waves, welcome back to TessyTales, timeless stories told your way. Today, we dive into the icy waters of the Arctic, into a myth both tragic and terrifying. This is the story of Sedna, the sea goddess of the Inuit. She is no gentle guardian of the waves. Sedna is betrayal and sorrow, hunger and silence, the mother of monsters beneath the sea. Her story is not one of soft light, but of darkness, endless, cold, and drowning. Long ago, before she was a goddess, Sedna was only a young woman. Some say she was beautiful, her hair as dark as the raven's wing, her eyes deep and still as the frozen sea. But beauty is not always a gift. Her father, a widower, kept her close, his only comfort in the lonely, barren north. Suitors came, one after another, promising warmth, furs, food, and companionship. But Sedna refused them all. Some stories say she was proud, unwilling to wed. Others say she simply longed for more than the men who came knocking. And then, he came. A stranger cloaked in feathers. He promised her a life of comfort, food beyond imagining, soft furs to wrap herself in, and a home where hunger would never come. Sedna, weary of her cold life, agreed, but she did not know the truth. When he carried her away, the feathers he wore were no clothing, they were his own. He was no man, but a bird spirit, a fulmar. His island was bleak, his home nothing but rock and wind. He fed her scraps, let her shiver, and cawed his laughter into the storm. Sedna was trapped. Her cries reached her father. He took his kayak, braving the waters, and rescued her from the bird spirit's island. Together they paddled across the waves, the sea foaming at their backs, but the fulmar was not to be mocked. He rose into the sky, beating his wings, and called the winds to his aid. The ocean heaved and roared. Storms rolled down from the heavens, and the waves rose like walls to crush the little kayak. Her father panicked. He knew the sea would claim them both if he did not act. And so, he betrayed her. He pushed Sedna over the side, casting her into the freezing water. She clutched at the kayak's side, crying for him, screaming as the waves dragged at her body. But her father struck at her hands with his paddle. The blows shattered her fingers, broke her grip, and one by one, her severed fingers slipped beneath the waves. It is said that from her falling fingers came the creatures of the sea. The seals, the whales, the walrus, all born from Sedna's pain. And Sedna herself sank into the blackness. Down, down she fell, the light dimming, the silence thickening, until the world became only cold and dark. Her hair streamed around her like seaweed. Her lungs burned. The salt filled her mouth. And then, there was nothing. But Sedna did not die. She changed. The sea claimed her. The abyss remade her. She became part of it, her rage and grief bleeding into the endless deep. The fish and whales became her children, her companions in the silent dark. She who was betrayed became the lady of the abyss, the goddess of the sea. Her eyes, once human, now gleamed like the pale lights that danced above the Arctic sky. Her hair drifted endlessly, tangled with bone and salt. And her hands, those mutilated stumps, were the source of life itself, birthing the creatures men would hunt, men would eat. Yet Sedna's heart never healed. Her sorrow and fury churned with the waves, and when she was displeased, she kept her children hidden in the depths, starving the hunters, dooming whole villages to famine. The Inuit say that when food grows scarce, when the hunters return empty-handed, it is because Sedna is angry. Perhaps the people have disrespected the animals, wasting meat, leaving bones unburied. Perhaps a shaman has broken a taboo. Or perhaps it is simply the memory of her father's betrayal, the wound of her drowning, rising again in her spirit like a storm. In those times, the shamans must journey to Sedna. They sink in spirit down into her watery realm, where no sunlight reaches. There they find her, hair snarled, face twisted with grief, her fingers still broken, still aching. They must comb her hair, soothing her pain. Only then, when her fury quiets, will she release the animals once more, sending fish, seals, and whales back into the nets of men. But Sedna never forgets. She never forgives. The ocean is her grief, her body, her vengeance. If you're shivering at Sedna's story so far, make sure to like this video so the TessyTales community grows stronger. It helps us keep unearthing the myths and legends the world has almost drowned beneath time. Close your eyes and imagine her world. The sea is black and endless. No light, no warmth, just pressure, silence, and cold. A place where screams are swallowed, where blood disperses into the dark like ink. This is where Sedna lives. She drifts with her hair floating, a crown of seaweed and shadow. Her fingers, stubs, bleeding eternally, birth creatures that swim away, only to be killed by hunters above. She feels every cut, every spear, every net, as though the wounds are her own. Her eyes stare upward, always upward, toward the surface she can never reach again. Toward the father who let her fall, toward the world that forgot her. Her voice is the storm. Her tears are the tide. Her wrath is the hunger of the people. And so the Inuit know, when they hunt, they must honor Sedna. Every scrap of meat used, every bone respected, every spirit acknowledged. For to dishonor her is to anger the ocean itself. Though she is feared, Sedna is also revered. She is the provider, the mother of the sea. Without her, there would be no seals, no whales, no life in the frozen north. She is pain, yes, but also survival. And so shamans dive into trance to reach her, to placate her, to beg her forgiveness. They stroke her hair, they whisper to her. They soothe her endless rage, not because she loves them, but because they fear what happens if she does not relent. Her myth is a reminder. Survival is not guaranteed. The ocean gives, and the ocean takes away. And all of it flows from Sedna's grief. Today, Sedna remains one of the most powerful deities in Inuit tradition. She embodies the cruelty of nature, but also its necessity. She is both victim and goddess, betrayed daughter and eternal queen of the deep. Her story is whispered in storms, felt in the gnawing of hunger, seen in the waves that crash against the shore. And in every seal that dives, every whale that breaches, every fish that glitters beneath the ice, the people see her. Sedna, the drowned girl. Sedna, the broken-fingered mother of the sea. Sedna, who waits in the abyss. This was the story of Sedna, the tragic, terrifying goddess beneath the waves. A reminder that the sea is never gentle, and that every meal pulled from its waters was bought with her pain. If you enjoyed this journey into the dark heart of myth, don't forget to subscribe to TessyTales, where ancient myths find a modern voice. Until next time, remember, the ocean remembers everything.